Going flat live now on woodtv.com, a report conducted by News 8's Emily Linnert highlighting breast cancer survivors who advocate for a normal, beautiful option. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm News 8 digital anchor Luke Laster here from the Wood TV live desk. Joining me, Emily Linnert. Emily, good afternoon.
Thank you for having me, Luke.
You betcha. So the piece aired last night at 11 o'clock. It's attached to the stream, folks. It'll take you over to woodtv.com. We have it there. Emily, empowerment through adversity here with this story. Tell me about how it came about. Tell our viewers about this piece.
Yeah, well, it actually started with a friend of mine. Becky Richard is the wife of someone we used to work with here at Wood TV, and she is a hairdresser, and she was diagnosed with breast cancer after one of her customers was diagnosed with breast cancer, told her story. Becky realized that she'd been busy in her early 40s having children and hadn't gotten around to having a mammogram. She had that mammogram at the urging of her customer, only to find that she indeed had breast cancer as well. She went through chemotherapy, had a mastectomy, had breast implants, reconstruction, and a couple of years went by. I saw her, and then on Facebook she started talking about how sick she had been, and I asked her, I'm like, what do you mean you're sick? And she's like, I am so sick. I mean, the list of symptoms was everything from oh gosh, it was everything. She was in constant pain. She lost so much weight, and she realized through Facebook also, like so many of us find support in problems and questions we have in life, that she may be suffering from breast implant illness. And so at that point, she decided to explant. She decided to have her breast implants removed. And so I did the story when she was diagnosed with breast cancer with her client at the hair salon, and then when she decided to explant with another woman in West Michigan who was also explanting. From there, I learned about flat closure because Becky, I mean, there was no other option because she'd had a mastectomy. She had flat closure after explanting her breast implants. And then I realized there was a whole community of women who were advocating for flat closure, but claimed that it was not given to them as an option at the beginning of their breast cancer journey. So I wanted to give them a voice because they're saying this is a beautiful option, this is a safe option, and this is a healthy option. And it's not something that a lot of people want to talk about, right? Breast cancer or women without breasts. So I wanted to give these women a voice, and I was able to find two women in Michigan who were happy to share their story because, again, they want to get across that it's been a good choice for them.
And how did you get in touch? It was Jamie and Katie, correct?
Yeah.
How did you get in touch with them?
Social media. When I went out there looking, I mean, these women are so outspoken because, as they say, if you can see it, you can be it. They take pictures with their shirts off to show their flat chests, to show women that you can do this too. I've done this. I'm healthy. I'm here. I'm beautiful, and you can be this if you can see it. So that's how they advocate for it. So they were not hard to find on social media. Katie's actually part of a group called Flat Closure Now that advocates and is a place for women to turn for information on that option. And Jamie lives in St. Joseph, so she's just in extreme Southwest Michigan, and I was able to connect with those women.
Multiple other angles to the story here. You talked to Dr. Amy Hopp at Spectrum. What did she have to share?
Yeah, when I was told that she was one of the more, as they described, friendly surgeons in the area who was more likely to go with a flat closure option if a woman asked for it, or to bring it up when talking to patients about their options. So I thought that she would be a good surgeon to reach out to on this, and she was fantastic. Yeah, it's all about patient choice and giving patients all the knowledge, which was the point that I kept hearing from women who had chosen flat or ended up flat because of failed reconstruction surgeries, is that the option was not on the table for them originally. So they want to make sure it is for women from here on out who take on that breast cancer battle.
Another angle that I wasn't expecting to see with this story, again, folks, this story is attached to the stream. Take you over to woodtv.com. You're able to watch it there. Was the prosthetics.
Yeah.
How'd you get in touch with Lori on that?
Yeah, so Lori is a good friend of Jamie, and Jamie, I met Jamie in Holland because it was kind of just a good place for us to meet, and she brought Lori along. So I was not expecting that until Lori showed up and showed me what she had, and it was such a great option that Jamie, again, Jamie talks about going flat some days, and some days she wears prosthetic breasts if she feels like it. It's almost like an accessory, like earrings, she said. So I thought that was a neat part of the story to show. It's another option, because the story was all about options and giving women more choices.
Emily, why was this story important to share?
When I saw how sick Becky was, it really broke my heart. Right before the pandemic, I had a party at my house. It was my husband's 40th birthday, and Becky was there, and I remember seeing her that busy night off in the corner, and I saw how gosh, she wasn't herself. She wasn't the woman that I knew. And then again, when she started talking about her illness on Facebook, and I asked her, I'm like, what is going on? She described to me that the battle against breast implant illness was worse than her cancer battle. It was more painful.
Wow.
It was harder. I realized that there was a community of women who had something to say, and I didn't feel like there was a lot out there about the subject. So I really wanted to give her a voice. And then to see how much she's thrived and come back into herself after explanting and living this flat lifestyle, I just thought it was something that I wanted to put out there and shine a light on.
Emily, aside from this story, you shared two other ones with me right before we went live here. Those are attached to this stream. Tell me what ones those are again.
Yeah, so that's Becky originally when she was diagnosed with breast cancer at the urging of one of her clients. Becky is a hairstylist, and one of her longtime clients turned 40, got a mammogram, was diagnosed with breast cancer. That client told Becky in the seat, as a lot of us do when we're in the seat with our hairstylist, hey, this is what's going on in my life. I just got this breast cancer diagnosis. Have you had a mammogram? And when Becky said, gosh, I haven't, I need to do that, she got on it, and she too was diagnosed. So that's that story. The second story is, I think it aired a year ago in January, and that's about the breast implant illness, and features Becky and another woman from the Lakeshore, Jessica, and their choice to explant and have their breast implants explanted and taken out.
Emily, anything else that you'd like to add here?
No, I just hope people, we aired it at 11 because of the subject matter. We just wanted to make sure that viewers were, because it features pictures of women with their shirts off. And we just wanted to make sure people that the audience, the primetime audience, was appropriate for the subject matter. But I hope people watch the story and stick it in the back of their head, or maybe share it with a woman, so that this option can get out there, because again, the women who are living the flat lifestyle say it's beautiful and it's healthy, and they're very content.
Emily Linnert, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, story attached to the stream. If you tuned in maybe halfway through this or just now clicking in, if you click that link to the website, you'll also be able to find this full conversation as well. This has been a look at the Wood TV Live Desk. I'm News 8 digital anchor Luke Laster. Have a great afternoon, folks. We'll see you around.